Hey, there you are. Mr. Paul and Stephanie, how you guys doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, thank you.
Very well, thank you. So I just want you to tell me quickly what you guys do for at the Sandbox as Sandbox experts, and then quickly you can tell me what you've been able to pick up. What's been your big takeout from the conference? We'll start with you, Stephanie. Tell us a little about what you do in the Sandbox, and then what your takeout has been.
Great, thank you, Amani. So my name is Stephanie Nguku, and I am the founder and managing partner at Upscale Consulting. And what we do there is we work with entrepreneurs in reviewing their businesses and packaging them and promoting them to access finance. So we are the resident investor readiness experts at the Sandbox, and it would be nice to have conversations, and especially now that we are talking about scaling to the continent. I believe that is a conversation that for anyone who would be looking into that, we could be able to engage and see how to package your businesses for better access to finance.
All right, fantastic. Tell me, Stephanie, what has been your big takeout from the Big Baraza?
Wow, it has been amazing. There's so much that I've picked, even for myself. I remember this was an SME conversation by SMEs, so I too have benefited from it. So the bigger conversation is around strengthening African economics through enterprise development. And this we see is gonna create job. There's going to be job creation. There's going to be boost in incomes, increase in exports, and of course boost in wages. So I go back to what the CEO of Sandbox Joram shared, and just thinking through the opportunities and the numbers that he shared, and for sure the opportunities are immense. And we just need to be able to know how to plug into such opportunities. So what stood out for sure is that this lack of information, and some platforms have been shared where we can be able to leverage and get that information. There's a SOCO, we have ITC, the bilateral agreements, and all other sources of data that we can be able to get this information. Again, thinking on how to scale. What are the strategic partnerships that we can be able to plug in and be able to scale into the continent? We have, a lot of resources from the SME enablers like the KEPSA, CAM, and others who are really offering great platforms for SMEs to be able to scale. When we are talking about access to market, access to finance, access to information and capacity building, conversations, these platforms are able to be able to provide this information. Having said that, well, it's a great conversation, but it's one thing having this information and another thing altogether being able to apply this information just to see how to position ourselves for the Africa continental, free trade area. And there was a conversation by Tresha, I remember, on mindset. And sometimes we get stuck because of the kind of mindset that we have. So thinking about having a growth mindset, and I'll just leave us with this acronym, growth. So we want to think about what goals from this conversation we are going to set for ourselves to be able to grow. What is our current reality, where we are at? And then next would be what opportunities or options do we have in our businesses to be able to and then what are we willing to do, or what would be our way forward? And then we also need to give ourselves timelines. And that's it. Lastly, there is likely to be help that we need to be able to move forward. So let us develop the growth mindset and see how really we are going to be able to leverage all the opportunities, the information that we have so that we can be able to scale into the continent.
Wow, I love that, and thank you so much for sharing that. Your acronym is interesting. You know, what are the goals, realities, opportunities? What are you willing to do? What are the timelines, and what is the help needed? Thank you so much for sharing that, and for sharing that insight. Mr. Paul Karingithi, what is your big takeout? Tell us what you do at the Sandbox. What does your business do at the Sandbox, and then what your takeout is?
Okay, so I'm the PR expert here at the Sandbox. And what we do is we help brands and SMEs be able to tell their story, because we say you need to be known, to be heard, and to be seen. So from the takeout, and I really love what Stephanie has said, I really like that acronym at the very end. There's been amazing conversations that have gone in over the last 2 days, yesterday and today. And I can start with yesterday. I really loved the conversations around being an SME and how the SME plays in just the ecosystem of the country, what the government is doing, some of those initiatives that the CAS even outlined in her speech. I was hearing for the very first time. And it's very good to hear that, of course, the government is doing something, and maybe sometimes it's not told as much. Maybe they should take our services. We don't hear those initiatives, and it's good to hear those initiatives and hear, hey, government is doing something. Also, the panel that definitely had some of the other regulators, CAK, KRA. I was very happy that KRA was in the panel telling us, okay, from a tax perspective, what are we doing? What are the initiatives they've done? A lot of us SMEs are very afraid of KRA because they are the big green monster that can attack your children. But they came in here, and that discussion was a very good discussion, because they look approachable now. They sound like people you can actually reach out and say, now, here, what do we do? Or what is the one thing that we need to do? There was also the panel for talking about policy, and I liked what Frida said yesterday, that sometimes as SMEs, we need to get together so that we're also able to give feedback to the government in a more organized way. We're able to then say, these are the things we want the government to do for us, be able to affect policy. Because if we don't affect policy, we'll always be reacting after the policy and the statements and everything has already been decided by the powers that be. But we actually have power. With us, being over 90% of the people who are helping grow the economy, we have a lot of power. I think what we need to do is come together. Now coming to today's conversations, how do we then go into Africa? The conversations by the businesses that have gone before, ENDA and IPay and Moran Capital, talking about some of those markets we've gone into and how they've been able to go into those markets, but also outlining some of those challenges would be, currency issues. How do you even get your money out of a market? How do you expand into that market? Where do you start? Where do you get the information? Very good content right there, because those are places we should start if we're ever going to do anything about the Africa Free Trade Agreement and, expand out of just our home market. And help even other SMEs in other parts of Africa. Then I like the conversation by the other associations, the PAM, KEPSA, the Pan-African Chamber of Commerce, just outlining what AFTA is about. I feel it has been talked about, but this panel actually gave me even more knowledge. If I want to engage and start going into new markets, what do I need to know? What are the rules? If I'm providing a service, where is that classified? What are the non-tariff barriers that I need to be aware of? So that then when I'm starting, I know I'm like, how do I then operate and go into another market? And one of the things that was told, my output for today was actually, how do we get into partnerships? Because sometimes we feel like we need to go into another market and invent the wheel. But sometimes we need to go into those markets and get partnerships that can help us enter those markets. And for me, that was my key for today.
Wow, thank you, Paul Karingithi. Thank you, Stephanie. I just want to ask you one more thing, and then we can bring this to a close. What is the one thing you want to tell SMEs after this information. And your message to the SMEs in the world. We start with you, Stephanie. Just what is that encouragement, that inspiration that you want to give to the SMEs of the world today?
Thank you. My encouragement would be, we have seen the three businesses who did their presentation today, and that for sure tells us that it is possible to be able to scale into the continent. I personally was very inspired by their stories. So we need to just be able to understand that and know that for sure the opportunities, the opportunities are there. And secondly, we just want to be able to, know how to position ourselves so that we can also be able to partake these opportunities. And where there are challenges, there's lack of information. There's a lot of, there's a lot of conversation on how to be able to get this information. So just be able to find out how do you position yourself to get this information so that you can be able to scale up. So it is a time to arise as Africans and be able to trade among ourselves in the continent.
All right, fantastic. And Paul, I'm struggling to call you Paul. Paul, what is your message to the world?
I think for me, it's just to tell SMEs, everyone has a story. And sometimes we are very humble and we don't want to tell our stories or tell even where we are in business. But that is what positions you. If people don't know you, they'll never come to you for a story. So my parting shot would be, tell your story. It's unique. It is by you. Tell it to as many people as possible. You will be humble when you reach. And also visit our booth at Transpark PR so we can help you how to tell your story.
All right, fantastic. The conference has come to a formal end. Please stay online. You can mute your mics, Paul and Stephanie. Please mute your mic, Stephanie, for me. Fantastic. So the conference has come to an end. Don't leave just yet, because as we come to a closing end, I want to be able to do something really special. But first, I want to be able to give a shout out to every person who has been with us for the last 2 days, or even if you're just here today. Thank you so much for being here. I hope this has been useful for you. I hope you've been able to glean something that you can take home with you, you can take to your business. There are some fantastic booths that you must check out. You understand that information is power, knowledge is power, and we're learning some of the things that we didn't know we could do with our businesses. We didn't know that were available for Africa and for us to scale to Africa, for example. So go and visit the exhibition booths. That tab is on your left. Thank you for all of you who've shared your business cards, who've shared a little blurb about your business in the discussion page. That's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. Share, shout about your business. You must visit this booth for solutions for your SMEs. But I want to do something special right now. I want to ask all the guys that are in the backstage to come up, to come in front. Come in front. The team from the Sandbox, please come in front right now. Come to the stage. Let me see if I can. Yeah, fantastic. I want you to come on stage, all of you. Please put your mics. Put your cameras on. Put your cameras on. We want to see all of you. Everyone that's backstage, Mona, Joram. Everyone that's backstage there. Yes, we want to see all of you. I will know that we have the full team once Joram is on board. So, Joram, please come. There you go, David Kenya, fantastic. All right, but basically what I want to do is very simple. I want to clap for you guys. Well done. 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 Very proud of you. Very, very, very proud of you. I'm told I'm muted. I don't know if you can hear me. But yeah, okay, fantastic. So well done. Very proud of all of you, the Sandbox team, for putting together the very first ever conference, Big Baraza for SMEs. Very first ever. Well done. You guys should be very proud of yourselves, and I'm looking forward to how this becomes bigger and bigger every year. Joram, you're a superstar, and your team is made of all superstars. I want to say God bless you. As you come to a close, ladies and gentlemen, look at the Sandbox SNBX, SNDBX. Look at the Sandbox on all social media. Go into the Big Baraza website. Engage with guys. Go onto the exhibition booths here. Get solutions for your businesses, for your SMEs. And I can't wait to hear your stories of resilience and growth and scale next year. God bless you. Have a great afternoon. And one more time, be prosperous and well done, Sandbox. Well done.